How often do you get to sit down and have a conversation with someone who calls themselves the Black Man, spelled with a Q? Well, thanks to Akello Digital Library, I was in conversation with the Black Man himself. He shares his book choice and why he chose it. So make sure you tune in to this episode of the Tanda Book Club as we go beyond the pages with you, our readers. Hi Tsepo, I'm so excited to be talking to you today here on the Tando Book Club and just having a conversation with you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just jump into it and tell me your book choice and why you chose it.
Okay. My book choice, NervousConditions by Tsitsi Dangarembga. I chose it because it resonates with a lot of aspects in my life. Or maybe it has resonated with a lot of aspects in my life. That's why I chose it.
Okay. All right, let's start from there. What resonated with you the most? Let's just pick one.
No, I thought
anything.
you'd ask. No, okay. To begin with, identity. Then there's me knowing I'm African and knowing what we normally would wear in our culture as Africans. Then there's me realizing we're colonized. So I'm wondering who I am really at a very young age, only to discover, oh, there's a book which also addresses stuff like this.
Okay.
Because actually, I saw from the cover, this is different from the books we would see in public libraries by other foreign authors. But this one is of a Black girl. You know? So you realize when you start on identity, now finding yourself as an African who is learning global standards, you realize, oh, so what I'm exposed to can lead to who I am.
Okay.
Culture isn't more like the tradition and written stuff, but rather the living of what the daily habits repeated each and every day, they form a culture.
Okay. All right. So you're saying you were sort of trying to figure out who you were and your identity as a young African man.
Well, then I wasn't trying to identify.
You're in the process.
Only to realize there's something to do with identity. One has to identify his own self. Because I saw that with Tambu. This is her thinking of her own aspect of success. But when she goes to the mission school, it changes. So you'd realize we have what we perceive as identity, only to realize when exposed in certain different new situations, I question my own identity. Like, oh, okay, so am I that what I told myself I was? For instance, in the dark, I would always tell myself I don't walk in the dark. Only to you realize, oh, money, you need money even when it's nighttime. So that change, it didn't mean, well, it affects the identity, so to say.
Okay.
I have to stop being a storyteller.
No. There's nothing wrong with how you talk. That's you, and that's what makes it interesting. So if I'm just following what you're saying, okay, there's a way that we start. Let's say in our homes or with our family. And then you think that things are done this way, the world is this way. And then you get exposed to something different, even in high school or whatever it was. And that's what you related to, at least at first with the book. So where did you actually get the book to read it?
That's a funny one now. The first time I read the book, I don't even know whom had left it in our home. My mom was a fan of Reader's Digests and all those. So, the cover page I would expect to find in a home, only to realize there's a Tsitsi Dangarembga. Hey, this is a shorter name, and it looks like a novel. It's not a newspaper. Okay, I'm like, okay, let me try and read it. The first chapter actually, that's her explaining why Namu would have loved to walk down to the, from school. And she explains how there was a river, I would relate to most of the stuff because the distance from our school and home, incorporated as there was Nyagambu River, where sometimes as kids would mischievously go and, kudida, kubabuja, as they would call it. and you'd get home, you won't even be able to tell of this. So as I was reading down through the line, I was like, yeah, this can be me, but yeah, I'm not in a dress because this is Tambu's story. But as I'm reading, I'm like, okay. She explains me too well. I actually love walking home from school.
Yeah.
You see. And she actually couldn't tell why Namo didn't love this part too. So I didn't even know why Namo didn't love that part. So I had to go into. So that book in itself, the first chapter, it brought me to a relatability,
Yeah.
which was new altogether. Since I was someone who had been used to reading books from the elder, from Enid Blyton,
Yes. Okay.
and all these other authors.
So this one actually was like a reflection of yourself.
It was a reflection in an African story.
Yeah.
Like, this can be me. This is me. Yeah. Oh, someone actually wrote how we actually developed, like, from having a growth point and people realizing, okay, from another aspect of view, would think it's success. Oh, I know we are learned now. We are now a learned growth point. And yet it was more of manipulation of other people trying to bring about a marketplace in one area and they're monetizing it too. So all those aspects, they open up my mind in ways I never thought of. Because when I would read of foreign books, I would think it pertains to worlds beyond.
Oh, like out there somewhere.
Yeah, like, okay, maybe that's how New York was formed.
Yeah.
Okay. But when I read now this story, I wasn't born in the 1960s as the story like mentions of, but I could relate to some of the things which happened as a child to Tambu, because that's typically the life of an average African then.
Like what? What could you relate to? Pick one thing.
One thing. I'm trying to pick the first thing which comes to mind. They are coming at ties. Okay, for instance, school. I was good at school. I knew I was good at school. But I did school because I loved it, not because teachers gave me work.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I see someone writing about that aspect, I would want to know if it's the right thing to do. Because in my world, I'm wondering, I don't love school, but parents think I'm really in love with school.
Yeah.
I love the process of learning. That's the only part I wanted. And I was good at it.
Yeah.
But can I write about it? Oh, someone did write about it. So that part in itself, it develops that liking to finish a book. It develops a liking to relate a story. What then happens to an older version of myself, since I'm reading this book at a very young age.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from it, the relatability of ingenuity. But at a young age, you know you're smart. People now know kana class you guys are number one, who else could it be?
Yeah.
You know. And when you go home, number two, I'm not going to and I'm like, I don't pay attention to that because I know I'm good at school. But what does it yield? So all those questions, plus I had a lot of questions when I was growing up. For instance, I also had this question. How come when we grow, people tell us you're going to be having this very big family and you are successful? And yet the most successful people, they seem to be loners.
Okay, so you're saying you were told, maybe you're given what success looks like, a very specific idea.
Yes,
and
like
now
it was
that
a perception, and I'm like, so especially when it would happen in home, you know, you're told education, get educated. Ukafoira, awendi kuchikoro, you know, ukafoira, you are looked down upon in the society.
Yeah.
Not being good in that system meant you were the worst human ever.
Yeah. You're a complete failure.
Ever. And yet I knew of a friend, he was really good at basketball, really good at it. But when we came to school, because I believe it's because of his confidence at basketball, and we would expect the same confidence in school, and yet maybe he would fail to carefully articulate his words when he's trying to write. And it made him so slow to the extent that even when the time we would finish writing, he wouldn't have finished other questions. So logically, you wouldn't get everything correct.
Yeah.
because he didn't write some stuff. And only to realize even the stuff he wrote, no matter if he knew or maybe if he got everything correct, is slower than what everyone else got.
Yeah.
We can't consider that person as the reject.
Yeah.
He is not successful in a way, in our
In the way
own
that everyone
perspective.
understands, but he's got his own strength.
But now he was no longer successful in a way. With a sports, with a basketball, to extent that you crushed the thing that he is really good at. In you trying to make him face his fears each and every time.
Yeah.
He is not able, and maybe he's trying his best, but no one is even paying attention to that.
Okay, so success, okay, it does come up. I know it's a theme in the book because obviously Bamdiki comes and, you know, he's trying to invest in the young man and take him away and take him to England and get him to follow in his own footsteps as well. Everybody perceives that as, you know, a wonderful and good thing.
People are like, woo-hoo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're bringing it up a lot. And I'm wondering, is it because of, maybe it's your age, where you're kind of thinking about the shape of your life and what success means to you. So I just like to understand a little bit, like, what are you striving for? What does success, you know, mean to you at this stage?
Success. Success has diversified in my world.
Okay.
In a lot of ways. For instance, I once thought having money was me being successful.
Okay.
Up till I realized I've been exposed to stances when I worked with a lot of money, only to discover I wasn't that successful. I don't even like those parts of my life. There's a part when I thought if I would get the best equipment, I'll be successful. Only to realize I got that best in my world, because you'd actually have that fantasy, that visualization in your mind, you holding a gimbal, thinking that's what's going to make you successful, up until you realize when you hold it, no, that's not success. I believe I felt successful when I was free, just free, like mentally, knowing I have responsibility, but they are taken care of, knowing I have time to be planning, to be planning of a future, other than me
imagining a future
on a treadmill. There's just me trying to run because it's successful, and people think, this is what you're doing, Tsepo, you continue on this path, and that's successful. There's a part when I perceive like that, but only to realize that it's just me eating myself away with a success not mine.
Yeah.
My part has freedom in it, freedom to think, freedom to express how I feel with the voice. Because sometimes we may express it and it's just a drowned voice.
Yeah.
So it's not success. There are parts when I feel like success has to be free. Freedom in its own sense is success.
Okay. All right. Something that interested me, because you went on a few threads, is when you're talking about identity. So now I'm wondering how you've gone about shaping your identity right now. You're wearing an African-themed shirt. You've got beads on your watch. I mean, you're saying something. So I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that, or how you're going about forming your identity as a young man.
Of influence was this other movie, the Black Panther.
Really?
Yes.
So we're going to Wakanda. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's us realizing how technology is perceived through us as Black people.
Okay.
Nelson Mandela mentions of the African man the same way Tsitsi mentions of it. But Nelson mentions of it as of us trying to emulate whatever we would see. So rather it's the younger man seeing what the older man is doing in the homestead.
Okay.
And then he grows up with those tendencies, thinking that's fatherhood.
Or manhood.
Yes. Okay. So when we saw Black Panther now. It's like, oh, there's this path of us in technology,
Okay.
in filmmaking rather, which can actually make a tremble
Okay.
globally. People embraced their culture and yet walked as equals.
Okay. All right. Just pause. Let's unpack a few things.
Okay.
So, okay, Black Panther for you was a nice expression of saying that you can be proud as a
can
Black
be,
person. We can get
yes.
into these spaces, important rooms, stand up for ourselves, so we can substitute vibranium for gold or whatever minerals or whatever we want.
Condition of nature.
Yes, okay. And you're saying that that was very impactful, like visually you could see it, you could visualize it, you could see it. And that speaks to why you call yourself, what do you call yourself?
Black
The
man.
Black man, QUE.
QUE as in Unpacking.
Because you're saying that you're proud of your color. And before it's in the English language anyways, black is always negative. The black sheep is always something bad. But you're saying that you can see the beauty in the word
it
black.
as a power, yeah.
Or a superpower, since we're
It
talking
is.
about. Okay.
Because with the black, you'd realize people, when you have a white sheet and you have a black spot on it, people are like, oh, there's a black spot. But when you have a black sheet with a white spot on it,
It's not the same effect.
it's not the same. But when those white spots grow bigger, it's actually visible.
Yeah.
So in my world, as a learning creative, I realized if I tell myself I'm black, I have room for errors, I have room for mistakes.
Okay.
Those white stains, people are not going to see until they make it, until it's worth seeing.
Okay.
So I'm always going to be the black man intentionally, in the sense that I want to learn.
Okay.
And I don't want to be the first because I might get carried away thinking I'm the best. Intentionally, I want to be there, assimilating, then having a deduction afterwards.
Okay, that's not bad. That's where real power is. And I wonder if that is a theme that actually spoke to you from the book, the idea of power and power dynamics.
Actually, it is. I have felt the power. I mentioned how when we were growing, there was a female in my world, my mom, my sisters, and in decision making. Mostly these people would influence the decision.
Like at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, okay, let's just take, for instance, the choice of color palette to place in the living room.
Yeah.
My dad can decide on that.
Or he didn't.
Oh, yeah, there's a difference. He didn't. He didn't decide on that. But when people would walk into the home, into the house, about good to so that's her taking that compliment because it's his, but the credit ain't his. She knows it's not her compliment, but it didn't stop her from doing better places. You see? So I would observe that, and I'm like, oh, okay, so the best hand, if this color palette was to change today, people might blame him, and yet it's not even him.
Who decided it's her?
It's her. And I'm like, oh, so power now, power of choice. There would be a better way of persuasion for my father to have a constant palette to the house.
Okay.
Because if he affects that, it also affects his image.
So that's interesting in the sense that I wouldn't have think that's something you would have noticed as a young boy. Like to say that you can see that your mom is doing certain things. She has quite a big impact and you're in constant contact with it, but you would sort of feel like your dad is the one who gets the limelight. And I'm wondering how you observed that and kind of how that affects your thinking. So do you feel like you've learned your ideas about power from your mother?
From both worlds. I learned of image. I learned
Okay.
of execution.
Okay.
I learned of an image which requires consistency. I learned of an image which requires a certain habit, because once you stick to it, people want to go like, he doesn't change. So that's an image, right?
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah. Consistency. Okay.
execution-wise now, the reason why I chose for number 2, it's there's this quote, one of the greatest, they say, behind every powerful man.
We've changed it now. It's beside. It's not like... I know what you want to say. I know what you want to say. Go on. Uh-huh.
So you'd realize there was power all along, just unnoticed.
Or it's a different type of power, maybe.
Yes, in my world, I think that's the best one, because with the right amount of power, you'd realize people can change.
Okay. So you're saying you understand the importance of basically maybe everyone having a say in an outcome that's going to affect everyone, as opposed to just one person. All right. Okay. And that's something you got from observing your parents. And
Everyone.
Okay, everyone. But that was the starting point anyways. That's the first place we learn about interactions, power, life. It starts from our families.
Start on siblings.
It's family, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when we come back, we're going to get into different types of questions, just to get to know Tsepo a little bit better. So make sure you stay tuned here with us on the Tando Book Club. Don't look so nervous. Even your fist is clenched. Just relax. Okay. What's your favorite type of book to read?
Sci-fi.
Really?
No.
No?
You told me the first thing which comes to
Okay.
Yeah, sci-fi.
Okay, we'll go sci-fi. We'll go. Do you write in the margins of the book? Like, do you actually put little notes in the book? Or do you just like to keep it plain and pure?
I would write, not on the book, in a different book, rather.
Okay.
I would reflect on a chapter, or maybe the whole book itself, but sometimes that's just me logged into the book to an extent that I realize me looking for a pen or maybe writing down, because yes, it's there, the pen, but if I start writing down, maybe I might lose track of which galaxy by there was it, or maybe the color in which I'm there in the book now, wondering which galaxies, which the swords, when I'm like, the swords.
Okay. So you'd rather just write it all down in a notebook. Okay. Hardback or paperback?
Hard.
Why?
There's this feel when you walk into a room with a hard feel, that it looks authentic.
Okay.
It doesn't look like everyone else has printed it everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so.
What's a book that you would read if you were feeling down?
I have lines. I have poetry, rather, which I don't go straight to a book. Maybe I reflect to the points which I would have written, especially when they would have appealed to my emotions.
Okay.
I usually go to the Invictus by William Handley.
Okay, that's a good one, though. That's a very good one. It's very motivating. If you could come up with the name of your own autobiography, what would it be called?
The Black Future.
The Black Future? Why am I not surprised?
Should you be? Unpredictable.
Okay. What would your first book be about?
Loss.
Loss.
Loss is the new gain. We usually want to be holding on to stuff, a lot of things. We don't want to unlearn some of the things we think.
Okay.
To an extent that by the age 15, you might be having your favorite food and yet you haven't tasted anything. So if we lose some of these thoughts, some of these actions, some of these habits, we give way to a different self.
New self.
New self. But of course, some things never change.
Yeah.
So loss is vital in a way.
Okay, I think that's a good one. That's interesting. I'd be interested. Okay, so you have to leave the country to write a book. So you can't pick Zimbabwe. So which country would you go to?
The fun part is I've never gone outside Zimbabwe,
Okay.
but I have colored things to these countries, and I wouldn't even choose a busy city life. I'd go for Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yes, not
Okay.
even by the beach, but by the jungles, just after the beach.
Okay.
That space where no one is. Yeah, I think I'll have my house there. Yeah,
And that's what you'd write.
I'll write all the people.
Okay. Okay. What happens if you lend me a book that you love, and it's actually a physical copy, and then I give it back to you and it's stained or the pages are torn? How would you react?
I'm selfish, honestly. On that part, I'm selfish. I wanted you to have the information and guard it as a child. Giving you a book
Yes.
meant I loved what I read.
Yes.
And I thought this is like giving you money. It's like me giving you money and I realized you are there in the street trunk using that money.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I won't judge, but yeah, it was out of love that I gave you a book. Did you read it? Of course, it's tainted. And did you read it? Then it's okay. At least you got the information, but didn't like
Does
the case.
that change our friendship now? Do you now dislike me because I give it back to you torn and tattered?
Dislike now is more like universal. I think there are a lot of things you have to do so that I dislike you eventually. I may regard not giving you things of that kind of sort because maybe you don't resonate to how important they must be kept.
I don't take care of other people's beloved belongings.
Books,
okay.
Maybe I'll give you. Maybe next time I'll try giving something else, which is not a book. A ride, of course. If you try as much as you can to be on your phone, then yeah, maybe this wasn't time to talk.
Okay.
So next time, there are a lot of things I can give.
Okay, but now you'll know not to lend me the book.
I would learn not to give you this book.
Okay. And maybe final question. If you could write a children's book, what would it be about?
If I would write a children's book, it would be about freedom, imagination, and adventure.
Okay.
Adventure. Growth. Yeah, freedom with growth. Imagination. Not every imagination is worth to be a reality.
Okay.
And with growth too, you realize what you perceive. When we tell ourselves, think big, start small, it's because you have an imagination. And to have an imagination, you should have visualization of what you want. You would want to be successful, but you don't even know what kind of car you want.
Yeah.
Then that's just a thought.
Okay.
With visualization now in my world, I think it's when you have imagination.
All right.
Which resonates with that what you want. So if you're a child.
So in the children's book, you'd be trying to describe how to visualize stuff, how to go for stuff.
Kids at least being okay with that, the visualizations, not trying to tone down their way of thinking.
They should think as big as possible.
As big as possible.
Okay.
But at the same time, with growth, they have to know as they are thinking, usually what they think is what they would perceive.
Okay.
Not only thinking, so they have to be mindful of the information that comes to them.
Yeah.
Because with imagination, the moment imagination has something bizarre, a few years down the line, that's you.
So there's going to be an element of discipline in the thinking, and for them not to go too crazy.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. Fair enough. Okay. So see, the questions were fine.
We're done.
They weren't bad. We're done with this segment. Now I want you to take me through a quote from the book that resonated with you, and we're just going to unpack why you chose that particular quote. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to quote the quote she writes.
Yes, at the beginning
book.
of.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
The condition of native is a nervous condition. Oof. I first heard of this quote when it was a girl at one of these debates.
Okay.
So yeah.
You like this girl?
No, I didn't. I wish I did though, because the quote remained in me, and yet now the face.
Yeah, but that's what happens. I'm sorry, go on.
The condition of native. And I'm like, so instinctively, oh yeah, I didn't like the girl because she was competition. It was more like public speaking. So yeah, I was like, hey, what opening line is that? What opening line is that? How can you go like the condition of native is a nervous condition? And I'm like, okay. So when I tried to go about it, I realized it really is a nervous condition, especially when you realize when you allow a lot of things. Native, rather, this is us post-colonialism, right? Almost celebrating our independence. But you'd turn out to realize a lot of minds are still colonized. It is a condition which they left. And if I only assume that it's 1980, that's when we were free, then I wouldn't be mindful of the nervous condition I have, which has to be rewritten down.
Okay.
So when I always think of nervous conditions, that quote in its own, it makes me realize without intentionality, I might also be sick. Without intentionality to change, I might actually be living an emulation. So every time I refer to the book, that's me learning now of the characters, the Bamkurus, people whom you think they're successful from a perspective, only to realize, no, success is not how you see it.
Yeah. You can define it how you want to define it.
So it all begins here. There's also a quote which was in the book, like it's better to voice your actions or to voice what you feel, regardless of it being shaky.
Okay.
And the intentionality of trying to build a better world has us trying to say better things, has us trying to do better things, other than fixating on a lot of things which we can think of, which never contribute to our betterness of life. So if we realize everything has to be a nervous condition, then that way we are mindful of the things we perceive.
I'm just sorry. I was just thinking about that for a minute, because you've taken it in a very wide. When I think of the quote and when it was written, it is very, colonial minded, and it's about obviously the Black person unshackling the mental shackles that we all know about. But you're saying you're taking it in a broader sense.
Yes, because I wasn't, honestly, I was born in a nation which was already independent.
Already free.
But I could tell something is still wrong. Like the same dirty tuck shops which Tsitsi writes about, which happened in the 1960s, it's still happening now. And I'm like, is it because it's the same loop of life, or things have changed? That's what independence is all about.
Yeah.
So all that, it has me questioning a lot of things. But when I tell myself the condition of native is a nervous condition, I choose to intentionally go beyond thinking over this, the colonialism, and thinking of how I can better myself so that the community is also benefits at large, because I can't expose my community to a better world if I haven't exposed myself to one.
Okay. All right. I think that's a good note to end on. What's a better place to end on than talking about the good of the community and good things? So thank you, Tsepo. It's been an interesting conversation. I love the fact that you chose Nervous Conditions, written by a female African author. The main protagonist is female, but it didn't stop you from going to the journey and finding points that resonated with you. So yeah, it's been interesting, and good luck with your good things.
Thank you very much, Tendai.
And that's the really great thing about an awesome book. And thanks to Akello Digital Library, we're getting to have conversations about many different books from wonderful African female writers. So make sure you tune in to next week as we go beyond the pages here on the Tando Book Club.